Facebook and YouTube.
Wow, that was fast.
Yeah, it was fast today. That's surprising.
Yeah. Do you have any eyeballs yet? Does it show you that on there?
I don't know. It looks like our mics are really quiet.
Oh, our mics are really quiet. We're not talking very loud?
You're B, right? I'm A, so.
Yeah, I'm B.
I think we're okay.
Okay.
It's showing up here, so I think we're okay.
I'm gonna move it up further.
Somebody will tell us if we're too quiet, right?
Yeah. Maybe we're just being quiet today. So welcome. Hello. We are a little bit late today getting started because, well, I came in with an idea of something to do. And then Sam did what Sam loves to do. She said, well, what if we do this? And so there was a lot of math involved. And I'm tired. So it was a lot of math. So what we're going to make today is, first what we're going to do is we're going to show you some little cards that we made. And these are, well, we didn't make them. Sam made them. These are, what are these? There's 3x4 cards that we used. So it's a the piece of paper that we used, this is 6 inches, and then this is 4 inches. So we made little cards. I wanted to showcase the cut apart sheet that comes with a lot of our collection kits. So Sam chose Lucky Cat by Photoplay because it's so cute. And
well, I also chose it because
I had a feeling you were going to say this. She also chose it because my son, I've talked about him a lot when you come into the store. He is in the air right now as we speak, flying to Japan. So don't cry. So, and he's so excited. He's so happy, and which makes it so much easier. But yeah, this is like the furthest I've had a kid away from me, and it's hard. So. And it's for a long time. So anyway, we are making these cute, well, the cute little cards aren't really what we're making today. We are making envelopes for these cute little cards and a box to put them in. It was an idea that I saw a couple places online, and we went and we made it our own because Sam, as we all know, loves dimension. And the little box that I made before was not going to support 6 cards.
It would maybe hold 2.
Yeah. 6 cards and 6 envelopes with Sam thickness. I mean, you can see here that these are thick. So we had to go a little bit bigger, had to think bigger, which is great. And so there was math involved, and that's why I'm like, oh, so the brain text. So so anyway, these little cards that we started with, you can make 6 of them with 1 piece of paper. And I will show you when I spread them out right here, because there's a 12 by 12 piece of paper underneath here.
Oh, don't mind my
Sam says she's my assistant, but she sure is crowding my space today. Gosh. So, and then this one she made is a little bit of a fun fold, a little bit of a Z fold with this cute dragon that's on the front.
It's kind of a makeshift Z fold.
It was a good idea. It's cute.
It's
cute. It's cute. I love this. So anyway, this one probably won't lay all the way flat, but you can see that you can make 6 cards from 1 piece of paper. No, that's a better idea. I'll show its bum. So you can make 6 card bases from 1 piece of paper, and then this is using the cut apart sheet from the collection kit, as well as the sticker sheet and maybe a piece of paper or 2 because
I think I used 2 different sheets of paper.
2 different sheets of paper. So this is very easy to make from a collection kit. You probably
could do it from a 6x6 pad too.
You absolutely could, because they do have the full 3x4 size cut aparts in a 6x6 pad. Though, if memory serves, Photoplay doesn't do a 6x6 pad. Is that correct? So, but you know,
they usually do like for the Christmas lines.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fun.
Once a year.
Okay.
But
so,
not always, just sometimes.
We're going to start with the box because that's the one that gave me the most trouble.
And she is praying that
I'm praying I got it right, because seriously, it was down to the wire. Everything that I did was not quite right. So I'm going to...
Hence why we're a half hour late.
True. And it seems like the math is easy. So anyway, let me put this back here. Take a screenshot of this if you can. And then I'll tell you to take a screenshot again in a minute when it comes down to needing to know where to cut pieces and such. So, okay, so we're going to start with the box. There's so many sloppy copy versions of this box out there. People are probably gonna be like, what happened? And I really feel bad because Jordan and Michelle tried so hard to get our community table cleaned off after this weekend, which was wonderful. How fun was that? If you were able to attend our art adventure event that we had on Saturday, it was so fun. All right, so I'm going to be looking at this. So we're going to start by going 8 by 12. Checking the grain of the paper. It's pretty good. I'm going to go this way. So we need an 8 by 12 inch piece. And then because I'm a big dingbat, what I end up doing is I take out the cutting blade when I'm getting to the point where I am just scoring.
You have no idea how many times she looked up at me with wide eyes.
I only did it once, but I was really afraid. So yeah, I need to make sure that I don't do that. So we've cut an 8 by 12. So on the 12-inch side, we are going to score first at 3.5 inches. And then at 5 1/4. And then 8 3/4. Do we have questions?
No.
Okay, good. And then lastly at 10 1/2. And I'll tell you that at one point there were 5/8 of an inch involved here. I mean, it was really, it got to be really hairy. So I'm glad that we were able to say, okay, no. So we all can do to the 1/4 inch, right? We can all. And then on the 8-inch side, we are going to score at 1 3/4 on one side, and then we're going to rotate it all the way, like completely 180 to do the other side at 1 3/4. Okay. So when I said on there on both sides, this is what I meant. So let me see if I can show you our score lines. Black is a little bit hard, but you can kind of, you can see pretty well the score lines on there. So those are our score lines. This is going to be the front of our box. This is going to be the lid over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and we fold to bury the hump. We've got to have one. A bone folder.
It's not a very good one, but you know.
It's doing the job for me. It's all I needed. I do love my Teflon ones, but this one is doing exactly what I needed to do today. So we're just going to fold everything, and we're going to bury the hump. So I scored into the paper this way, so I scored into the paper this way, so we're folding in to bury the hump.
I
need the ruler.
Look, I had a ruler a minute ago.
Okay, so you can kind of see that this is how our box is going to be. Just like this. This will be our lid, and then we'll take care of our sides here in a second. But you can see that this is how our little box is going to be. And the idea behind this project, I was watching someone make something similar to it, and she was suggesting that people make these as a gift for like their doctors or a hostess gift. They even suggested that they could use it for their like a craft table, if you were doing a craft table at a fair or something like that. And I know that a lot of our customers participate in things like that. So we wanted to give you an idea, something new to throw out there. Okay, so let's start with the box front. What we're going to do to cut is I'm going to cut this little guy right here. Ooh, these are way better scissors than I was working with earlier today. Oh my goodness. These are nice. So we're just going to cut to the line, the first score line. So over here, remember I told you that these pieces over here are going to be the top. This is going to be the front of your box. So we're going to cut to there. And we're going to do this on both sides. Man, these are good scissors. I was really struggling earlier with those scissors I had. They were a little gluey. No, I just grabbed and said, I'll make two. And that's what happens. Okay, so we have those guys. And one thing that you can do, it'll make life a little bit easier for you, is that we're going to put a little bit of a, what do we want to call this, a miter, an angle cut. Just so it folds nice and you don't have to worry about any kind of bunching. We're just going to take a little bit of the tiniest, most acute triangle right here. Acute triangle, that's a little Duolingo math working for me. Come on, Sam, you did that math, right?
I did.
So you do want to be careful as you're cutting that you're not cutting your other paper pieces. Like I don't want to cut that guy because that's going to be on the outside of my box and that's how it'll hang nice and neat. Am I on camera enough? Sorry. Okay. So that is going to be how we put our little box together. Now let's focus on the lid for just a second so we can get all of our cutting done at once. For the lid, now this is where you scored from 8 3/4 and 10. This is your 10.5 inch score. This is your 8 3/4 score. We're gonna come over here and cut like this. And then we're just gonna cut straight down. You really don't need the little side flap for any reason. If you wanted to do that, I guess you can. I would just make sure that you miter your ends over here again to make sure. But we're actually going to use a magnet to close this, so you don't need to think about tucking it in and making it an actual like box that way, like a cereal box that you're, or cracker box or something like that that you're trying to close. Yeah, sorry, did the wrong thing. Okay, so this is our box. Let's take a little screenshot of this if you'd like, so you can see. These
where
are
you cut it.
where I cut it. Hi, Donna from Bakersfield. So take a little screenshot of that. You don't need my fingers in it. And that way you can see that these are the pieces that we cut off, and then we have our little miter pieces here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue. Now you can use score tape if you want on this. I'm using what's handy. This is not handy because it's not wanting to work for me. Am I not strong enough to do this?
The glue is, it's cold in here. So
it is really
to...
cold in here. So, and plus that makes it like your hands are have a harder time
tape.
squeezing. Well, I want it to be really strong. Is that really strong tape? I could use score tape, I guess.
I was looking for score tape. I couldn't find it. It was right there on the stacker.
On the stacker, yeah. So I'll take what you'd like. All right. So we're going to use score tape instead. For this one, because I have, been on the struggle bus lately, I have been a little bit more prone to wanting to want to use the liquid glue, and I think I'm still going to try for it if I can. Yeah, here we go. I'm going to use the liquid glue only because I want to make sure that I can line it up, and score tape is fantastic, but it's going to stick pretty hard pretty fast. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with this piece right here, folding this one over, and I'll show you why in a second. So I'm going to set it down like this, line it right up. I can line it up right there. Use my little bone folder here to burnish it down, make sure it sticks. That way it's all lined up. I'm going to do the same on this side because this is going to be the front of your box, and so I kind of want my seam back here at the back, if you can see that. Thanks, Donna. We enjoy working together. Sometimes we're trouble and Chris has to go, girls.
Not often.
Not often.
She causes the trouble too.
She does. It's weird without her here a little bit. Chris is doing well.
Quiet,
Let's give
isn't it?
Yeah, it does seem quiet, though she's not a loud person. Yeah, but Chris is doing well. Just to give you an update on her, Sam probably has better info than I do.
Yeah, she I've been going and hanging out with her. She's jokes, babysitting her.
Nah.
Well, Dad's out of the house, so she's doing well. She's in good spirits.
Still glad to have gotten it done, right?
Oh,
Yeah, you know how the first few days after surgery are. You're like, why? Why did I do this? So again, we're just going to burnish this little guy down. Make sure that we get a good stick. And you can see how it just looks a little bit nicer to have this be smooth at the front of your box. So I have to say, I don't know that I haven't made that many boxes from scratch, and I've never like had to do the math on my own like I did recently. So, and it is working. So I'm super thrilled about that. This is what we wanted, so that you don't have to be limited and have skinny, teeny, tiny little cards. Or here's the other thing about this. You could probably fit a dozen cards in here if you do not so bulky ones.
I like my bulky cards.
She does love her bulky cards.
Leave me alone.
So, if you have a magnet, let me get this little guy lined up a little bit better. There we go. So there we have it. A cute little box. Adorable, right? Can you see it? I hope you can see it. Okay, do you have the magnet? Is it a little guy? Now you can use Velcro on here if you want to. Sam has feelings about that. Now this is
Velcro is quick and easy, but I feel like magnets is more.
It is more finished. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So this is how I do things like this with magnets, and this one's going to be a little bit of a challenge since I don't have a hard surface under here. It's going to be fine. We'll figure it out. I never trust the adhesive that comes with something. Like this one's even falling off on one side. So I'm going to add a little adhesive, and you always want to stick your magnets together. This was the positive side. We have the positive side, and we have positive side, and we have the negative side. So I've peeled the adhesive backing off on the positive side. You think it matters which way we do it? Not really, right?
Just as long as the positive and negative are
opposite. Yeah,
opposite.
I had a customer come in once, and we really struggled with what was going on with her magnets, why they weren't sticking, and
they were backwards.
They not only were they backwards, but she had put so many inside her card, they were all canceling each other out. It was really rough, and so it was a beautiful card. That was a sad teardown. Okay, so I'm putting both pieces on the one side. I'm kind of cleaning it up as I go. And then I'm going to remove the adhesive on the negative side. Not the adhesive, but, you know, the backer. It'll let me. It's a little grouchy. There we go. But you see what I mean? That's kind of why I don't trust it. And it's kind of overlapping over here, so I'm tucking it over.
So we could have probably decorated before she glued it together.
Oh, you could have. I want to show you how to put the box together. We could decorate the next one. Since now we, for sure, absolutely have the right sizes. Well, and the other thing, the reason we're putting the magnet, I wanted to put it together and put the magnet on, was that Sam is going to
hand you the pieces to decorate it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to decorate it while I made the envelope.
No, you're going to show them. Oh, I guess I could.
Yeah. So my glue is there. That's where it's going to go. I'm going to stick it. If I was with a folio instead of a box where I could kind of hold it in place where I wanted it, it would be a little bit different. But because I have a box here, I'm kind of going that way. It's a cute little guy. You could even add a handle to it. You what?
So I don't know whether I want it all in the cherry blossom or if I want to do this piece blue.
I like the cherry blossom. All right, this glue needs to dry a little faster for me.
Put it aside.
I am going to set aside. So there we have the little box, and it has a little magnet there. How cute is that? All right, Sam is going to decorate that for us, and then we're going to move on from our box to our envelopes. Once again, if you haven't screenshot the measurements on it, please feel free to do so. Okay.
Is this the working glue?
I think it was this one. We should probably set this aside. I don't know where the lid is on that. Oh, here's the gun. Whoops. All right, so... Okay. Where did we put that 8.5 by 11 paper?
It's right there.
Okay. Couldn't remember where we put it. All right. So next, we are going to take an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and you need 8.5 by 6 5/8. So there are 5/8 involved over here. Can't be avoided. But we needed to make these envelopes just a little bit bigger than the original specs that I had found online. So if you don't know 5/8, it's, you know, they're showing you
Quick ruler lesson.
Yeah, a little quick ruler lesson. So they're showing you 16ths on here. And you know that because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's half an inch right there. And then anyway. So that's kind of how my brain works. So I'll go 6.5 and then I'll go there. So we're going to 6 5/8 by 8.5. Oh, I need my blade again. And thankfully, Sam has already, we already have the 8.5 done. I don't need to cut another piece of paper and ruin another piece of paper today. So I'm setting aside my blade. Okay, on the 8.5 inch side, we're going to score at 3 1/4. And I like going back and forth just to make sure I get a good one, because every now and then it doesn't go exactly how I want to go. And then 6 5/8. And then on the 6 5/8 side, which this is 6 5/8, we are going to score at 1 1/4. And then just like with the box, we're going to rotate it to the other side and score it for the same amount, 1 1/4. Now the box, what was the poundage of the paper on the box? Do you remember?
100 pound.
It was 100
No,
pound. 80 pound?
80 pound.
It was 80 pound. For the card base, we are doing 65, or excuse me, for the envelope, we're doing 65 pound. Okay.
That's mainly because envelopes need to be a little more malleable. Did you not score it right?
I think I'm missing some information. Let me look at it. Did I not put it all
Oh,
down?
good thing you wrote it down.
Maybe it's too big. Three 1/4. Huh. I think I wrote it down wrong. Well, the box I worried about and did over and over and over again, and then the envelope I did once, and it worked out fine. So.
Do the wrong measurement?
I think I do, but it's like really bizarre. Oh.
What did you do?
I didn't. I cut it on the wrong side.
Oh.
I should have cut. Anyway, we're going to cut this. This should be 8.5. And it's all the way to 11 over here. So that's what the problem is.
Scrap.
It's scrap. All right, guys and gals. It's because I cut the paper. I didn't cut the paper to the right specs. Okay. So this is the 8.5 inch side.
See,
so
everybody makes mistakes.
everybody makes mistakes. And it's kind of funny because what was there something I wanted to change? And you're like, should you do it one more time? Or should we make a mistake on camera?
It was the box.
And I said, I want to do it right. Okay, so now we have it right. Let me show you again. So we have our 6 5/8 by 8.5. And then on the 8.5 side, we've scored it at 3 1/4 and 6 5/8. And then on the 6 5/8 side, we scored it at 1 1/4 and 1 1/4 on both sides. Ooh, we have lost video.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I don't know what happened there.
Ah.
Sorry, folks. Do you think we lost Wi-Fi?
There we go.
Sorry, I don't know where we lost it. We were so busy. Hey, TJ. That was weird. Okay.
All right,
I hope you didn't. I'm going to go over my measurements again. Hopefully you missed the part where I messed up. So the envelope is 6 5/8 by 8.5. Okay. And then and then on the 8.5 side, we are scoring at 3 1/4 inch and then 6 5/8. And then on each side, on the 6 5/8 side, we are scoring at 1 1/4 here And then we rotate it and 1 1/4 here. Okay. We're going to go ahead and use my little bone folder. Okay. I think I've already folded those out. We're going to take our scissors, and what we're going to do is we're going to cut off the corner pieces for each of these. These are really great scissors. It's nice to have really great scissors.
What scissors are they?
Are they the Spellbinders ones?
No.
I don't know, but I think it's just that they're new. That's why fresh blades are so good. I'm easily pleased, I guess, because something cutting nice. Okay. These little envelopes were so fun and easy to make. I feel like I could just sit and make a bunch of them. Okay, so if you want to take another screenshot, this is how these little guys were cut. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to, first I'm going to miter the side pieces over here, the 1 3/4 sides. Miter them just a little bit. We're actually going to miter all of the sides of all of them. And you don't have to be precise with them. Once the envelope is put together, you can't really tell unless you're looking for it. And nobody should be looking for it. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. So this is how our envelope is going to fold. So there's no reason to do the corner rounder on these little inside flaps right here. I am going to use the corner rounder for the top and the bottom. And now you can have it be just like this, where it's a straight envelope, where it lines up right on the side. You absolutely can. I just kind of like the way it looked. It looks a little finished. To have your corners rounded. What do you think? Not bad, right? Now you can also miter these down a little bit if you wanted to. I'm going to go ahead and leave it the way it is because I think it looks fine. It looks nice. I did miter them down on a different set that I did, and it's fine. I just, the perfectionist in me wants the corners to be nice and level and to not have to spend that much time doing all that. So my little envelope. I'm just putting adhesive on the flaps here, the inner flaps. Man, I've overglued a lot today. I'm sorry. It's my jam today, I guess. So now we have a little envelope that will fit Sam's chunky cards. Oh my gosh, of course, the one I pick is one that's not wanting to fit. But they do fit.
So if you,
How did it work on a different one? It's not working on this one.
because they're all different thicknesses.
Yeah, no, this one, there we go. This is my little sloppy copy. And it's fitting just fine.
It's probably how you glued it.
And, yeah.
So you can adjust, here's your box.
No, do you know what it is? I'm going to do it again. Gals, we're going to do it again. This isn't right. It's not supposed to be 1 1/4 on the side. It's supposed to be 1 inch on the sides. And I remembered that. So I'm going to try it again.
All right, I have more time to decorate then.
You do. So this is an 8.5 piece of paper by 11. What I did that was wrong is I went and cut the 6 5/8 on the wrong side. So 8.5 by 6 5/8. So we're going to do it again just to make sure we get it right. So if you screenshot before, go ahead and try again. It's 1 inch on each side of the envelope. In fact, I should mark that out better than that. I have all my markers and things here. We want it just to be 1 inch. Okay. Well, you can tell how many times I re-edited this poor piece of paper. Sad and embarrassing, but wow. This is who we are today. And I removed the wrong blade. Because just everything is awesome today. Hi, Chris, back in Iowa again. All right. So on the 8.5 inch side, we are going to score at 3 1/4. And 6 5/8. Yikes. Oh. And then we're going to do 1 inch on each side along the 6 5/8 side. The envelope is so much easier to make adjustments on than the box. Just know that. And again, we're going to go and cut these corners. Oh, if you can see, let me show you my score lines again. 1 inch, not 1 1/4. Because we need that extra 1/2 inch total to get the chunky cards in there.
We don't have a powder tool here, do we?
You know, I don't know that we do. If we did, I think it'd be right here.
All right. I'll do that later then.
Sam's made it cute, gals. So again, just cutting off our corners here because we don't need them. You can, if you're one of those that saves your bits, fantastic. I bet you can find something for it. It'd be very good to
for sentiments.
For sentiments, absolutely, with embossing powder or glimmer, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
Glimmer work well on cards, this kind of cardstock.
Yeah.
All right, so that is done. I'm going to fold in my bits. And I am going to corner around my bits, my pieces here. And again, we don't need to do these inside flaps because you won't see them anyway. And it's kind of hard to get a corner rounder into a spot like that. No matter what kind of corner rounder you have, it is a challenge to get it into these little tiny places when you're hitting the side of the envelope. What are you looking for?
Just looking at what other options I might have.
Oh, here's something I didn't do. I didn't miter my sides. Go back. So mitering the sides on here does make the envelope lay a little better, and it makes it to where you don't have a piece of corner sitting out the top of your envelope. And I'll show you what I mean. That way it kind of goes down in there, and you don't have a piece of your inner flap showing. So I would say don't skip the mitering like I almost did out of Frazzle. What? Oh. We're going to burnish. I don't think I've ever seen you be this quiet in a live. But Sam's working. Sam's working. Okay.
I'm trying to, work.
Okay. Now we'll take our chunky card and it slides in no problem. And she's not finished with it, but it fits inside the box. Oh my gosh, it's not fit. I did something wrong here again. It fits inside the box, no problem. Some problem.
It does fit in?
It does fit. I think that this was the one where I meant to put like 1/8 of an inch or something, but yeah. We may need to score the sides at 1 1/8 of an inch. Should we try again? It's not like I don't have an abundance of paper in front of me, right? Good grief. Don't ever let me do a live again. Everybody petition the store. It's like, don't put her on there. She's nuts.
This perfect example of
nobody does it right. Perfect,
yeah.
right? Well, and
testing it and
yeah. All right. That's cool. Give me the. Is the envelope still in there? I want to. Is this the envelope I just did?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure. Yeah, it's way too big on one side. Okay. All right, we're gonna try again.
Last time
because
last sheet of paper I'm giving her.
How long have we been on? Oh, for about $35. $35. $35.
35 minutes.
Okay. 6 5/8. Here we go. It won't cut with the
wrong blade again.
Wrong blade. Jeez. I don't think I'm always this dingbatty, but it's been an emotional day for me. It is this is the first one I'm sending out into the world, and he sure is going far.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
He'll be fine. So we will try again at 1 1/8 on each side and see if that does it for us. It should. It should. Hope your mom's at physical therapy right now.
Mm-mm.
Is she watching?
Oh, I don't know.
She's like, okay, Natalie doesn't do that anymore.
Seize on this opportunity for creativity. No mistakes. You're fine.
Thank you, Donna.
Now you know how to make an envelope in the other size.
Oh, yeah. Well, and if all of these other ones, like, well, I wouldn't use the first one that I did. It'll absolutely fit inside the box. And if you don't use a whole lot of foam adhesive, it'll just go no problem for you. It'll fit right in. But we are trying to adapt it to where you could have more fun with your collection kit, really.
I don't like limits.
Yeah, I don't either. Oh, I don't know. I work better if you limit me, honestly, when it comes to if you don't give me all the options. But Sam loves all the options, and then she gives me her leftovers, and that's what I make something with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then we miter our sides again.
My box turned out adorable.
It sure did. She's ready to show you because she was given lots of extra time with me messing up.
I think I have a scrap here I can fit on top here so it's
Oh,
more
see,
finished.
she keeps going. She has all this time with me being a big goofus.
And I've measured this box so many times to get the...
What, you didn't want to do it wrong like me on camera? Oh. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Last chance, fancy pants. If it doesn't work, I give up. I don't belong in this industry. Just let me sit at the register. I can ring everybody up. Okay. Here is our little guy. Does he fit the chonky card? He does fit the chonky card.
Does he fit in the
Does
box?
he fit inside this box that Sam has made?
Oh, I did that on the bottom. I meant to do that on the top.
Do what? Oh, you made it cute on the bottom. Do you have another piece? Yay! Sam messed up. Yay! I am literally bouncing for joy. That is not just me. And the card fits in the box. We did it! Yay! All right, let's do a little notation. Sam's gonna take the box back.
Yeah, I need to measure it again.
It's 1 1/4 inch on both sides. Okay. Phew. I mean, we'll clean this. Too bad we were like, can we clean this up in editing? Nope. We're live.
1.5 by 4 1/4.
Okay. So just to show you my original, since we have a hot second here, this is my original. This little tiny cute box. Isn't it adorable? Now we've made basically a recipe box. We've made it so much bigger. And it was not as, I mean, you may look at it because your brain works better as a mathematician and say, oh, that's pretty easy. Yeah, my brain doesn't work like that. And this is the original envelope. And my little cards. And they just fit right inside here, no problem. All my extra little cards. And then these were the cut apart sheets. And I'm not even going to show you them because I don't want you to fall in love. This is a very old collection kit that I found in my stash.
Hence sloppy copy.
Sloppy copy, but still pretty cute. I'm going to make something of it. But that's how tiny it started. That's how it began.
Fixed it.
How it ended. So let's bring all of these little cards back over here.
Nope.
I'm like, where are
Keep finding them.
these little guys. I mean, and aren't these just so cute? And of course it would be no problem. You just take another little bit of a paper to put a little piece of white in there so you have something to write on, or use a white pen. And so there's plenty of room inside this box.
Gold matches
Oh yeah,
too.
gold. There's plenty of room inside this box
To fit
for all
envelopes.
these cards. And you can see you've got plenty of room still
Check your envelopes.
to tuck a whole 6 envelopes in here as well. That's a card. Look what's going on here. And look at how cute is that she put them there. What you're looking for is not out there. It's in you. That's cute. Adorable. This is a really cute line. And we're feeling all the Japan feels, Japanese feels. Nihonjin. That's how you say it. In
It
Japanese.
does say something here. I realized the red on red wasn't.
Oh, you are pure gold. Oh, you can see. It's really cute. Well, and did you use any of the ones that had like the words on it and we were looking up what they all meant?
I don't know.
There was, I don't think you did.
No, I don't think I did.
Well, there are some, where's that? I don't know where the cut apart sheet is, but on the cut apart sheet there was.
I've used most of the cut apart sheet.
Yeah, they were like this right here means kawaii, which, oh, I'm showing it upside down like I'm showing it, Sam. This right here says kawaii, and that means cute. And then right here, this, I can keep trying to show Sam. This little guy right here, that means happiness. And then I think there were some other ones.
Here.
Yeah, this one right here on the sticker sheet, this means luck. That little guy right there. And then there was another one that was something about, it was like the power, it was something about power is, I don't remember.
You put the magnet, it will just snap in place there.
Yeah, isn't that adorable? And so she was asking for the words, the powder tool, so that we could take the sticky. Yeah, we could take the sticky out of there. But how cute is that? So anyway, all of the little sayings inside here, we have looked them up, and they are good ones. There's nothing like weird where it actually means like I'm a horsefish or I don't know what, you know. So all very cute. So it's a great line. We did reorder it recently, and I'm so glad because I needed more of it. So thank you, Sam, for letting me channel my Japanese feelings today.
Only for he's flying away today.
He's flying away today. He's on his way. He's over the water now.
So thanks for watching.
Yes, and thanks for joining us and appreciating the struggle.
We will be back on Friday with what's new.
Yeah, we'll let Sam take care of that. I'll just be the hype girl. I'm better at that.
And hopefully not the same time next week. Hopefully a half hour earlier next week.
I know. Let's start working on it now so we're ready for next week.
We say that every week.
We mean it every week too.
So yeah, thank you all for watching.